What is up, freedom fighters? Dean Soto here again with you. Today, let's talk about failure. Why you are a failure and I'm a failure. We're all failures. And how to reframe failure in general. Because it is one of the best tools that you could possibly have is being able to reframe what you think is negative, but is actually a positive. So that and more coming up, but before we get into it, like the video, subscribe, and click the notification bell. All that good jazz helps you, it helps me, it helps everyone find what they need to hear in this video. So, all right, I'm a failure, I admit it. I failed thousands of times. In fact, I think I'm probably gonna fail today, right now with this. So I finally got a clicker, or I finally found my remote. For the light that I use for this. Very beautiful. Wow, look at that. Look at my eyes, my skin, my silky smooth skin. Got this all set up the way to where I can set it up the way I want it, but I don't know. I never know until after this is done if this was the right setting or not. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. But going into it, before that, something like that would have paralyzed me. Something like that a couple years ago would have absolutely paralyzed me, and I would have been like, oh no, I need to find the right settings. It's got to be perfect. And if I can't just put this out there, if it messes up, I just spent 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or whatever it is going to be on this video. I can't just put out this video looking like crap because the lighting's not right. Well, folks, look, I don't even have my microphone set up the way that I want to get set up. I'm not sure if my light's going to work. It's probably going to fail. In fact, I don't get very many views on my YouTubes right now. And guess what? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Because all of this is here to help me to expand. And when you reframe what is hard, what is a failure, what is something that's difficult, it helps you to become a much better person. One of my favorite speakers, authors, I don't know if he's an author actually. I don't know if he's ever written a book. All I've seen is his talks. For years and years and years, I had listened to Jim Rohn. And I think he got this from somebody else, and I'm not quite sure where it came from. But one of the things he says is, don't wish that things were easier. Wish that you were better. He actually says it a lot better than I do. Don't wish things were easier. Wish that you were better. I can't even do it. That's his whole shtick. I'm not even sure how to do that. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Anyway, all right. So that being said, it's 100% true. Failure is there to help you to grow. Okay. Failure is there to help you to grow. There is nothing at all that is worth doing if you aren't having a difficult time doing it. Okay? Failure could be failure in relationships, failure in exercise, failure in business, failure at your job, failure wherever. All of this is there to teach you something more about yourself. So when I first started doing jiu-jitsu, I walked in Ultimate Martial Arts over in Fresno, California. I walked in, no gi, didn't have anything, didn't have any skill whatsoever. I take that back. I did do a little bit of jiu-jitsu when I was in the military during my deployment in Camp Reframe, but it was super, super small. It was not anything, not a ton, but it was enough to know a little bit. Okay, all right. So I walk into Ultimate Martial Arts, said, hey, I want to join. Give me a gi. Let's go. This is easy for me. This is nothing. I'm sure I can just whoop everybody's butt over here. right? So I walk in, they said, yes, sir, we'll get you that gi. They gave me a beautiful, beautiful black gi, all black, nice, shiny white belt. And I got out there, started doing some of the exercises, the warm-ups, and then I proceeded to submit everyone. Nobody had a chance. Even the person teaching it, the professor that was teaching it, man, he was like, what? You naturally just came in here and armbarred everyone, you Americana'd everyone, you leg locked everyone. In fact, I don't even know how you did it. Can you teach this class? Do you think that's true? No, that's not true at all. I get in there and I'm like, can I get a gi? Yeah, okay, I can join. Oh, perfect. All right. Halfway through the warm-ups, I'm like, this is too hard. And then when we started learning and then free rolling and actually going up against each other, I was submitted, I was armbarred, I was leg locked, I was all of those different things pretty much by everyone, choked out constantly. And I failed, and I failed, and I failed. Yeah, I admit it. I failed a lot during that time. But had I seen it as a failure and not learning experience, not something that's going to help me, okay, I got submitted. Why did I get submitted? Oh, it's because I went and exposed my back to somebody. Okay, all right, that's interesting. Next, I got a triangle choked. It's because I had one arm in the person's guard, one arm out of the person's guard. And little by little, every failure brought a new level of learning, new level of skill, to where now I can hold my own. Now I can submit people. Now I know when somebody's trying to scissor sweep me or something like that, right? Triangle choke me. But had it not been for the failures, I would not be where I'm at right now. And it's great because you see all the new white belts go through the same process. And if they quit, if they saw that as a failure in the beginning, where would they be? They would be getting choked out in the street by somebody who is not going to let them tap out, who might even just let them die, right? So failure is there as a way to learn. Same thing with marriage. Definitely not a perfect. I never had. Look, I have right now 9 kids. 9 kids. 9 kids. And that is very tough. Marriage, I messed up a lot. I failed a lot. And thank you, Jesus, I am not divorced because there was a lot of stuff that I did wrong. There's a lot of things that, whether it was with alcohol or whether it was, just workaholism, which is huge for me. I like working, and so, and just worrying about dumb things. Whatever it was, there were things where I nearly let my marriage fail, okay? But through those different experiences, reframing them. Why was I drinking? Well, it was because I knew in my heart that I needed to do certain things that I was not doing. And so I used it as an escape, right? Why was I doing the workaholism thing? It's because I felt really odd playing with my kids and spending time and worrying about finances. And if I play with my kids or if I work on stuff on the house, then everything's gonna collapse. You ever feel that way? I know I felt that way quite a bit, okay? But taking those failures, the times where I drank too much, the times where I worked too much and my family got mad at me, or my wife got mad at me, or I missed something with my kids and stuff like that. Taking that, why did I do that? It's because, for me, growing up, I had insecurities with money because I grew up very poor in my early life, okay? And so, why? So, what did that teach me? It taught me to really be a go-getter and to and to make sure that we had stability and things like that. And is that a bad thing? No, but when it's in its right place. So reframing these failures and seeing, why did I do that? Why did I get submitted? Literally submitted. Why did I get submitted by workaholism? It's because I did not trust I didn't trust, for me, didn't trust God, had a plan and he wanted me to go and play with the kids at that time, right? That feeling in your gut, my big feeling in that big gut of mine, it's getting better. That feeling in my gut that I needed to do that, I needed to go and play. My job was to go and play with my kids for a few hours at that time, and I chose not to. I chose to work. But that's why I got submitted. That's why things got rocky at the house. Learning that, no, when I play with my kids, oh wow, every time I play with my kids, I actually do more work the next day, or I do better work the next day. Maybe having set times to play with my kids during the evening or on certain days, maybe that's what I needed to do. And so everything was a learning experience. Right? And so, what is it that you're going through right now? What is it that you see yourself failing at? Maybe it's something in your job. Maybe it's something with your family, your spouse. Maybe it's communication. If you're failing at communication, trust me, I've been there. Maybe if you're failing at communication with your spouse, go see a counselor. I've been there. It's nothing embarrassing about it. Actually, not to lie, it is pretty embarrassing, but who cares? Like, you do what you do. Jiu-jitsu, getting beat up in jiu-jitsu was embarrassing to me. You're always going to be embarrassed. Who cares? It's going to help. For me, when I went to my marriage counselor, boom, relationship went like this to where we are very, very, very happy right now. Okay. Maybe it's with your business. What's up with your business? What's going on? You're not getting enough customers. Your customers hate you. Maybe you have a bad system. Maybe you don't have the right employees. If that's the case, go check out prosulum.com. They will systemize your business, and my guys, half the cost of people in-house domestically, and they'll systemize your business, and they'll do the stuff for you, and you can go and worry about other things. Anyway, cheap plug, prosulum.com, prosulum.com, or freedomin5minutes.com. Either one will get you there. All right, but maybe it's your business. Maybe it's something work-wise. Maybe it's your body. Maybe you're just like, dude, I'm overweight, or I'm underweight, or I just feel tired all the time, whatever it is. Maybe if you're overweight and you're eating a little bit too much, I've been there, I know it. Why? It's going and seeing a nutritionist, or going to a gym and seeing what you can do there, or finding something that you actually enjoy doing. For me, it's jiu-jitsu, huge amount of cardio, and I feel like I'm learning something, so it makes it easy to exercise. What is it that you can do to reframe? Because it's literally all it is God, or if you want to say the universe, I say Jesus, whatever it is, that those failures are literally God saying, I want you to learn something. So what is it that you can learn from it? If you're overweight, why are you overweight? Don't be embarrassed about it. Why are you overweight? Maybe there's something that you're worried about, stressed out about, whatever it is. Why? And start understanding the lesson. Once you understand the lesson, you start going and trusting whatever the lesson is. Those failures become massively a massive turning point for you. And then you move on to the next lesson, and to the next lesson, and to the next lesson. And it's great. The constant expansion to where you look back and you're like, man, I can't believe I was that's the way I was a few years ago. I couldn't imagine myself going back to that to what I was doing back then now, given all the hardships and everything like that. So reframe your failures. They're all just learning experiences. They're all there as a way for you to become better. Don't wish things were easier. Wish that you were better. All right, this is Dean Soto, Freedom in 5 Minutes. I'll catch you in the next Freedom in 5 Minutes episode. I always do this. Freedom in 5 Minutes video. See ya.